What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin prices, Ethereum, the entire crypto market as a whole, and why things are actually falling, because there's so much different news out there, but I'm giving you the true overview and a lot of talk about where analysts expect the prices of cryptocurrency and prices of Bitcoin to continue to fall, and do they expect them to continue to fall, or do we expect a trend up? But before I go further into the video, I'll ask if you are new to the channel, I ask you subscribe, you turn on post notifications so that you don't miss out on any future videos. You give the video a thumbs up and you leave a comment where you see cryptocurrency heading over the next few months, weeks, whatever it might be. But again, let's go ahead and get straight into it. So the chart we're looking at right now is for Bitcoin, and you can see we are in a pretty big downtrend ever since, November, going from 69,000 at our all-time high all the way to right now we went to below 20,000, which is just absolutely insane. So where do a lot of analysts see Bitcoin falling? There is a lot of talk from analysts right now, and I'm just going to kind of map it up and show you. We are seeing a lot of analysts say they expect the price to fall around 15,000 at the lowest. And once it hits this is from CNBC coming from, they said once they expect it to hit, if it does hit 15,000 in price, they're going to go check out if companies like crypto firms and investment institutions are over leveraged, because a lot of people are talking about this being like 2008, whenever all the banks, all the big hedge funds were over leveraged and just making returns like crazy, and then they got called and they lost all their money, they lost everything, they got liquidated. But a lot of people are saying this is what we're seeing in the crypto markets right now. And if you kind of just go ahead and do some mapping, we're seeing about this little area of about 17,300. It acts as a pretty strong kind of support level right now. I mean, it's hitting it almost twice. It almost acted as resistance right here, but it touched and it came all the way. This was back in December of 2020. And now we're sitting and we touch it again. And a lot of analysts do see, not a lot of analysts, but Jim Cramer, a lot of people are controversial on him. I don't personally believe that he's always correct, but what he said is he expects the price to fall as low as about 12,000. So that's kind of where that would lead us. But this is where analysts expect the price to go. Let's go ahead and talk about leverage on cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in specific. So here is a chart of the estimated leverage ratio compared to the price of Bitcoin. So to put this in perspective, the higher this purple is, the more leverage is being used on Bitcoin. And this is an all-time, you see the trend is continually upwards, but over the past year alone, we're seeing once Bitcoin continued to fall, that leverage continued to rise, and it still continues to rise, but people potentially just got liquidated and prices of Bitcoin started to fall, and we're seeing that leverage slowly deter and come back down. But looking at this is not a telltale all sign of Bitcoin. And one thing I want to keep in mind is I don't have a crystal ball. I do believe there's a lot of YouTubers out there who say Bitcoin is going to this price on this date. I don't know where they got their crystal ball from, but in reality, nobody can tell you where things are headed in the market. You can just take clues and make a conclusion. But looking further into this, and one thing that kind of was interesting to me was how crypto firms are taking a stance right now in the market. So let's go ahead and look at this. First up is crypto giant Binance is opening to hire 2,000 positions. This is from the CEO, which is important to kind of think. It really just made my brain run whenever I saw this, compared to Coinbase right here saying they're going to terminate 1,100 employees, which is just two completely different stories. So we have Coinbase on one side, very similar to Binance, saying we're going to have to lay off 1,100 employees. But we also have Binance saying we're looking for 2,000 positions. And I think Binance right now is seeing this as a period of potential growth for the future and long term, while Coinbase is trying to play their cards safe. And it kind of shows you the perspective of there's not only Binance hiring, we have other companies like Kraken right here saying they're going to fill over 500 new positions in their company, which is really big. So we have companies still hiring, seeing that long-term outlook as positive, And honestly, I do too. I have a nice bullish outlook on cryptocurrency. I haven't sold any of my Ethereum. I haven't sold any of my Bitcoin, any of my other altcoin holdings. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I own all these altcoins. Like I own Ethereum, Bitcoin, some Sand, some Decentraland, things like those. Companies and cryptos that I truly, truly believe in for the long term. And I don't plan on selling them at all. Even stocks are falling. A lot of people are saying crypto is falling just because of stocks. But I think stocks are falling because of economical situations such as interest rates, inflation, and things like that. And simply put, here's from an article whenever the Fed raised interest rates by 50 basis points in May. Aggressive rate hikes are not good for crypto prices, and we can expect the current choppiness to continue in the short term. And so, yeah, it's not going to be great for markets, but if you're a true investor and you're in this for the long term, this should provide nothing but a great buying opportunity. I mean, we look right here, we can get prices right here, we can pay, and if you do have that same conviction, you're going to be paying for like less than a third of the price than you would have been paying if you were paying right there. So keep that in mind, but that is going to wrap it up for this video. So if you did enjoy this type of content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you again for stopping by. Leave a comment where you see the crypto market going over the next few weeks, months, maybe even the next years. I always love to hear your input. Check out my Discord server and my Twitter using the links in the description down below. Thank you again, and I will see you at the next video.